गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषद अध्याय 3 मंत्र 8। वेदाहमेतं पुरुषं महान्तम् आदित्यवर्णं तमसः परस्तात् तमेव विदित्वाति मृत्युमेति नान्यः पन्था विद्यते यनाय। ज्ञानादेव कैवल्यम। Jnana is the only means for moksha. In order to justify this, the Shastra presents a logic. There is a sadhana sadhya sambandha. Between jnana and moksha. Sadhana means the way, the means. And sadhya is the end. Sadhana is the means and sadhya is the end. For example, cooking. What is the sadhana for cooking? Fire. Cooking is not possible without fire. There can be only cutting and mixing without fire. It is not called cooking. Some people may eat meals without cooking, just chopping and eating raw. It is possible. But if it is cooking, there has to be fire. Whether it is firewood or whether it is gas or whether it is induction, it is fire. Here we have to make 2 steps as a logical process. We have to make two statements. If there is fire, there can be cooking. Let me put it in Sanskrit. Vanhi sattve paka sattvam. If there is vanhi, this is more disturbance than useful, I think. Vanhi sattve paka sattvam. If there is fire, there is cooking. This is one statement. And this statement is called Anvaya. A statement of the presence, the coexistence of the two is called Anvaya. But just making this statement is not enough. Those who cannot hear, please come closer. You can come this side, that side also. I have to shout to my maximum voice. I am not very well. For 2-3 days I was not well. I had cold and cough. So I think we should look for a place with the better acoustics, with the lesser disturbance and good sound system. Please try to find a place in this locality. So, Anvaya. So, Vanhi sattve paka sattvam is Anvaya. But just stating Anvaya is not enough. It does not prove the point. In order to prove the point, we have to make another statement. And the statement is called Vyatireka. The absence of the other in the absence of the first. Vanhi abhave paka bhavaha. In the absence of fire, there cannot be cooking. This statement is called Vyatireka. Vanhi abhave paka abhavaha. Only when you are able to make these two statements, you can conclude Vanhireva pakasya sadhanam. Fire is the only way to cook. Fire is the only means to cook. So, fire has no substitute as far as cooking is concerned. For something else, you may find a substitute. In the accessories, there may be a substitute. You may use a pressure cooker Or you may not use a pressure cooker, you may just use a vessel. Rice can be made in a pressure cooker, rice can be made in a steel vessel, an aluminium vessel, or a earthenware. There are so many substitutes for a pressure cooker. But where there is no substitute, for fire there is no substitute. Likewise, even in the process of moksha, jnana has no substitute. That is why even between jnana and moksha, there is a sadhana sadhya sambandha, means end relation. And it is established in this section by stating both anvaya and vyatireka. Tameva viditvati mrityumeti is anvaya. By knowing Brahman, one attains moksha. This statement is anvaya, the positive coexistence of the two. And it is followed by a statement of vyatireka also. Nanyaf pantha vidyate. There is no other way for moksha. Means, if there is no jnana, there is no moksha. With these two statements, the Shruti has pointed out jnanam eva moksha sadhana. Jnana alone is the moksha sadhana. Means jnana cannot have a substitute. Whether karma can be a substitute, karma cannot be a substitute for jnana. Whether kundalini yoga can be a substitute for jnana, even kundalini yoga, even if the kundalini rises to sahasrara, it is not a substitute for jnana. So, this is one message conveyed by this mantra. And this mantra also talks about another point. It is called Vidvad Anubhavaha. The direct knowledge of a jnani is stated by the Shruti. In fact, the Shruti puts it into the mouth of a jnani himself. The jnani himself says, I know that Brahman. This is called the statement of Vidvad Anubhava. You can find such statements in many places in the Shastra. Such statements show us that this knowledge is not just a theory. Vedanta is not talking something that is impossible. There is a jnana in the books, but is it really possible to get the jnana? In fact, many people have this doubt. Recently, I was reading a book on Sri Vidya in Sanskrit. Sri Vidya Saparya. And I opened the introduction. And in the introduction is also written by a scholar in Sanskrit. I was reading the introduction and I was surprised because the author makes a statement. Nobody has understood the Brahman. Nobody has attained Brahmajnana. So then I closed and kept the book away. How can he say nobody has understood Brahman? He can say he has not understood Brahman. Just because somebody is a scholar or somebody has written in Sanskrit does not mean it is true. He may be a knowledgeable person in other fields like Sri Vidya. There have been Brahmajnanis in the past and there are Brahmajnanis even today. You may not be able to recognize a Brahmajnani. That's a different thing. But it does not mean there are no Brahmajnanis. Brahmajnana is a living reality. It was possible in olden days and it is possible even today. If you employ the proper means, if you pursue it properly, if you approach it properly, it is not impossible to get Brahmajnana. To drive home this point, the Shruti presents the words of a Jnani. And you can find such statements in almost in many Upanishads. Go to Kena Upanishad, there is the statement of the Shishya. Naham manye suvedeti, no na vedeti vedacha. You go to Taittiriya Upanishad, the Brahmajnani sings the Sama. Ha vu ha vu ha vu ahamannam 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 ahamannado hamannado hamannadah ahagashlo kakrid ahagashlo kakrid ahagashlo kakrit ahamasmi prathamajaраtasya Purvan devebhyo amritasya nabhai. So, the Brahmajnani is stating, he is proclaiming his jnana. I am the all-pervasive Brahman. I am the food and I am the eater. The food and eater are me, the Brahman. So the similar statement is made here. Vedahametam purusham mahantam adityavarnam tamasah parastat. Aham, I, the jnani. A jnani is stating. Etam mahantam purusham veda. I know this Purusha. He does not say that Purusha, he says this Purusha. Because the Purusha is not there, he knows it is here. Etam Purusham. And this Purusha is Mahantam. It is the great Purusha. It is here, but not confined here. Adityavarnam. And this Purusha, Brahman, is Adityavarnam. He is effulgent like the sun. Means Chaitanya Swarupa. Consciousness in nature. Tamasah parastat. He transcends tamas. Tamas means a darkness. In the context of Vedanta, darkness means ignorance. He transcends darkness as well as its effects. Transcends ajnana and its effects. Brahman does not have ajnana. Who has ajnana? This question is raised in Shankara Bhashya. Kasyayam avidya? Who has ajnana? Then Shankaracharya says, one who is asking the question has ajnana. In reality, there is no ajnana, because ajnana is also mithya. Even ajnana is mithya. Therefore, I am ajnani. This is also a misconception. So, in Brahman there is no ajnana. So, avidya tatkarya vilakshanaha. Brahman transcends both avidya and its karya, its effect. Tam viditva eva mrityum atyeti. Tameva viditva atimrityumeti. There, the Anvaya should be tam viditva eva mrityum atyeti. Only by knowing the Brahman, viditva eva, only by knowing, means only through knowledge. Knowledge does not have a substitute. Mrityum atyeti. One transcends samsara, mrityu. Ayanaya anyaha panthana vidyate. Ayanaya means mokshaya. For moksha, anyah pantha na vidyate. There is no other way. This is vyatireka. There is anvaya and vyatireka. By anvaya vyatireka, we conclude jnana is the only way for moksha. Jnana does not have a substitute. Any other sadhana can have substitutes. There may be many substitutes. Like for Shraddha, someone is not able to do Shraddha properly because of some reason, then he can go and do Shraddha in Gaya once. Then it is as good as performing the Shraddha for all the years. So Gaya Shraddha. And those who cannot even go to Gaya, there are some places in the region itself. They can go to Gokarna and do Shraddha. Some people go to Gokarna and do Shraddha in this region. Or those who cannot even travel up to Gokarna will go to Srirangapatna and do Shraddha. So there is a Mukhya Kalpa and Anukalpa. Mukhya Kalpa means the primary sadhana. It is elaborate. You have to do the process elaborately, in accordance with the Kalpa Sutra. Then, if it is not possible, if the Mukhya Kalpa is not possible, because of some reason, there has to be a valid reason. It's not just that, oh, I don't want to do, so I will do this. It's not an escape route. There has to be a valid reason. Then you follow an anukalpa, a substitute. That is why in the case of karma, kartum akartum anyathava kartum shakyate. You can do it in a particular way, or you can do it in a different way, anyatha kartum, or you may not do it sometimes. So all these are possible in karma. So every karma has a substitute. And in the process of doing karma also you can use a substitute. Suppose there is no soma, there is a somayaga. You are performing somayaga. For somayaga, what is needed? Soma is needed. Soma is a creeper. Where will you find this creeper? You have to go to Afghanistan. It is difficult to get visa now to go to Afghanistan. And even if you go there, I don't know where you will find Soma. That is why they have substitute. There is another similar creeper which is available somewhere in the Western Ghats near Nilgiris. They use that creeper. So in karma, there can be substitute. But in the case of jnana, there is no substitute. I am not able to get jnana, so can I do something else which can replace jnana? It is not possible. So, anyaha pantha na vidyate, there is no other way for moksha than jnana. Mantra 9. Yasmat param na paramasti kinchit. Yasman naniyo najjayosti kaschit. Vriksha iva stabdho दिवि तिष्ठति एकस्तेनेदं पूर्णं पुरुषेण सर्वम्. So, Brahma jnana leads to moksha. Means Brahmajnana is the way to moksha prapti. Brahmajnanena moksha praptihi. Through Brahmajnana one gets moksha. If jnana leads to a prapti, if jnana leads to an attainment, then the object attained cannot be different from the object known. If jnana leads to a prapti, the jnana vishaya and the prapti vishaya have to be one and the same. This is the difference between jnana and karma. In the case of karma, what you know and what you attain will be different. For example, if you want to get money, just knowing how to count money is not enough. I know how to count money, 1, 2, 3, 4 currency notes. Everyone may not be knowing even how to count. Even counting has a technique. If you have worked as a cashier, you will know how to count. Otherwise, how will you count 1, 2? So, even counting the cash has a particular technique. So, you know how to count money. Just by knowing that, will you get money? You will not. If you have to get money, you have to know how to work. You should know some skill. That is how you can get money. So, what you get and for that what you should know are different in the case of karma. But if you are getting something only by jnana, without the assistance of karma, then the object of knowledge or the subject matter of knowledge cannot be different from what you get. Jnana Vishaya and Prapti Vishaya has to be one and the same. The example is Kantha Chamikara, the necklace example. This lady is already wearing the necklace, but she is searching for it. Then she came to know, somebody told her, you are wearing the necklace. And then she came to know. It is a jnana, knowledge. Oh, the necklace is here. So it is a necklace knowledge. Necklace knowledge leads to necklace prapti. The knowledge of necklace led to the attainment of necklace, finding of necklace. Likewise, if the knowledge leads to an attainment, what you attain cannot be different from what you have come to know. Now, Brahmajnana is the way to moksha. This invariably means Brahman itself is moksha. If Brahmajnana leads to moksha, Brahman itself has to be moksha. That is why Taittiriya Upanishad says, Brahmavidapnoti param. Brahmavid attains the ultimate. And there Shankaracharya makes an observation. Brahmavid attains the param because Brahman itself is the param. Brahman itself is the ultimate. That is why Brahmajnana leads to moksha. And the same thing is pointed out here. Yasmat param aparam kinchinna asti. There is nothing greater than Brahman. Yasmat param aparam kinchitna asti. There is no other substance that is greater than Brahman, implying Brahman is the unsurpassable, ultimate, and moksha happens to be the ultimate. What is moksha? Moksha is the ultimate. After getting which, you don't seek anything more. Yallabdhva chaparam labham manyate nadhikam tataha. It is moksha. Yasmat aniyaha na asti. There is nothing subtler than Brahman. Aniyaha, subtler. Nothing is subtler than Brahman. Nothing is more abstract than Brahman. It is the most subtle. There is a sthula. This universe is sthula, what we see with our senses. Then there is a sukshma. It is not visible. Like even our mind, even our senses are sukshma. So sthula and sukshma. Brahman is even subtle, even subtler than sukshma. The sukshma sharira, manas, indriya, etc. Therefore, yasmat aniyaha na asti. Yasmat jayaha kaschit na asti. Jayaha. Jayaha. Yeah, it should be jaya. Jakara, yakara. There is nothing elder than Brahman. So jayaha, jayan, jeshtaha. Who is elder? Someone who is born before you. Means who lived before you is a jayaha. Jeshtaha. Among twins, who is a jayaha? Suppose there are twin brothers. Yeah, there is one way of determining who is jayaha. One who is born later among the twins is elder.
Is it?
Yeah, I heard somewhere. Alva? Yeah, because he has entered mother's womb first. So, even among twins, they need to know who is jayaha, because in our culture, we have difference in elder brother and younger brother. Anna, Tamma. So, Anna is respected. So, brother, we don't have a word, just brother. Of course, it is there, but we have Anna, Tamma. So, who should be called Anna? It has to be determined. So, there is some criteria for that. So, unfortunately, nowadays, brother, sister, this idea itself is disappearing. Why? Because only one son or one daughter. And this one son or one daughter doesn't know what brother means, what sister means. They don't know. So, the society is changing, the culture is changing. So, one who lived before you at least 10 minutes before. He is elder. Jayaha. So compared to everything, Brahman is Jayaha. Because Brahman is the Karana. Being the cause, it existed before everything, even before Hiranyagarbha. Even before Hiranyagarbha, there was Brahman. So what existed before Brahman? So there is nothing called before Brahman. Brahman is Anadi. Being Anadi, it is the Adi of everything. Therefore, na jayosti kaschit vriksha iva stabdhaha. He is stabdhaha. Stabdhaha means nischalaha. Free from changes, free from modifications. Divi tishtati, divi dyotanatmake swe mahimni tishtati. In Upanishad, chapter 7, Narada asked Sanat Kumara, this Brahman which you have described to me, what is the support of this Brahman? Sa bhagavah kasmin pratisthitaha. In this world, everything is supported on something. Everything has a support. The chair. Where is the chair? On the floor. This building. Where is this building? It's on the foundation. Where is the foundation? On the earth. So everything in the world is supported by one thing or another. This whole planet Earth, where is it supported? It is supported in the space. Likewise, if there is a Brahman, what is the support of Brahman? Kasmin pratisthitaha. What is the pratishtha of Brahman? Then Sanat Kumara gives two answers. One answer is Sve Mahimni Pratisthitaha. He is supported in his own glory. He is supported in his own glory. Means he is his own support. This answer will suffice to some people. Oh, he is supported, he is supported by himself. But then this answer has a logical problem. What is the logical problem? You cannot be your own support. The supporter and supported cannot be one and the same. Ashraya and Ashrita, Adhara and Adheya cannot be one and the same. Therefore, Sanat Kumara gives another answer, Na Mahimni. He does not have any support and he does not need a support. Only when you need a support, you have to find a support. When you don't need a support, you don't have to look for a support. In fact, that is the meaning of the word Satyam. Satyam means you don't need a support. Only the Mithya needs a support. Mithya needs an adhisthana. The Satya does not need an adhisthana. In fact, that which does not need an adhisthana is called Satya, because it is existence in its own nature. It is the existence. Existence does not have to depend on something to exist. Therefore, Sanat Kumara gives another answer, Na Mahimni. So, Na Mahimni is the ultimate correct answer. But then, those who don't understand Na Mahimni, for them he has given the answer, Sve Mahimni Pratisthitaha. He is supported on himself. So this answer is given just to quieten the curiosity of an ordinary person who thinks everything is supported. What supports him? He supports himself. So, Divi Tishtati means Jyotanatmake Sve Mahimni Tishtati. He is supported in his own glory. He stands in his own glory. Means, see, if I say I am supporting myself, what does it imply? Nobody else is supporting me. I am supporting myself means I am not depending on anybody else for support. Likewise, Sve Mahimni Tishtati, Divi Tishtati means Sve Mahimni Tishtati. He is standing on his own glory. Means he is not dependent on anything else for support. Ekaha, he is one without a second. Tena Purushena idam sarvam purnam. The whole universe is pervaded by the Purusha. That is why he is called Purushaha. Purnatvat Purushaha. Being all pervasive, he is called Purusha. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om